Well, since the last time we met, officially added Josh and Cyrus to the roster, so it's good to get them here. I'd say, really, in both cases, those two guys have done about as much as they can do in the few days they've been here, or been back in Cyrus's case. And so we'll see how it goes. But I think that Josh is he's a smart kid. He's worked hard. He's picked up a lot, and Cyrus has gotten back into things quickly. So we'll see how it goes. Again, as far as Detroit goes, there's a lot of unknowns there. Offensively, it's a very explosive group. Kicking game is very explosive, and defensively, what they've shown, but we know there's a lot more behind the curtain than that, and nobody knows us better than Matt does. He's worked against our offense, every day for a long time. So I'm sure that he'll address it in ways that'll be challenging for us. We'll have to make some. I'm sure we'll have to make some in-game adjustments and perform at a high level. So today will be a good day for us to move forward on that, work on some situational things, and then be ready to go Sunday night.
Bill, was Josh obviously you keep track of players around the league, but was Josh the type of guy you had wanted to bring in for a long time, or did it come together sort of quickly on Saturday when the Browns said they were going to release him, essentially giving a 2-day trade window to see what type of offers could be had?
Yeah, I mean, we're focused on the players that are on our team and getting ready for the games that we play. That's what our focus is. So from time to time, other things surface, and we look at those in a timely fashion.
Obviously, there's other circumstances with Josh, but just from a raw talent perspective, is he kind of a rare player, I guess, who can come available in that sort of way?
Well, I mean, look, all players in this league are talented players, so they wouldn't be in this league. So we'll see.
Josh has a history of substance abuse, something he's spoken openly about. So I wondered how you keep an eye on a guy like that and make sure that you keep him healthy mentally and physically.
Yeah, I wouldn't talk about another player's personal or injury situations, so I'm not going to do that.
Was this 2013 game against you guys eye-opening just in terms of how perspective it was pretty low back then? What do you remember about that?
Well, it's a chance to see him firsthand, yeah.
Patricia said he ran like a slant, but he's probably still.
It was an impressive play.
Bill, you've released 10 receivers since training camp began. Obviously, people have talked about how challenging this offense is to learn, but what do you think has there been a particular thing that you think receivers have struggled overall to grasp and about this offense so far?
We've released a lot of players since the start of training camp, as has every other team in the league. So just keep working through our process and take it day by day, week by week, and see how it goes.
Dante Hightower said Josh Gordon was a monster back when you played him in 2013, and he still is. Do you feel like he's that same player physically and out on the field as you saw in 2013 when you had that big game against you?
Yeah, we'll see.
Bill and Cyrus's case, were you encouraged by what you saw from him in the summer? I know it was only probably 2 weeks since he got back to on-the-field stuff from his rehab.
Yeah, Cyrus was coming along, certainly making progress through camp. As you said, his window was smaller than it was what it was. It wasn't a full opportunity to evaluate him, but we had to make a decision, so we made the decision that we made. And things have changed, and we're at a different place than we were in August.
Does he have any experience playing safety, and what kind of traits does he have that could make him a versatile player in the secondary?
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, he's an athletic player. He's done a lot of different things for us.
You've said in the past that it's difficult this time of year for a player to kind of come in and learn the techniques and stuff like that you might go over in the summer. Do you kind of, with Josh, just look at specifically this week's game plan for him to learn, whatever role he has, or do you kind of try to teach him everything?
Yeah, it'd be possible to teach somebody everything in a couple days when other players have had months to learn it. That would be impossible.
So it's more just focusing, for him, just focusing on the lines and whatever plan you have for that specific game.
Well, it's taking a segment of whatever the total is and taking the things that are most important and building on that day by day as time goes on.
Bill, the offense over the years has had success on quarterback sneaks. When you're calling that play, is there ever any thought on, like, you want to be careful of the quarterback getting hurt? Like, because I've heard other offensive coordinators say, like, I would call it, but I don't want to see my guy not get up. Like, is that ever part of the thought process on that for you guys?
I guess it would depend on the situation. But there's a play calling element, but it would depend on the situation.
Is there one thing or a multitude of things that stand out to you as to what has led the team to have some level of success with that play over the years?
Good execution.
He was resigned for Coleman to the practice squad this year as well. What have you just seen from him in the week or so that you've been working with?
A player we want to work with. Again, we'll see how it goes. We haven't had him a long time, but he's done a good job with the opportunities that he's had. We want to keep working with him. We'll see how it goes.
What did you see from Corey when you came into the draft out of Baylor?
Well, it was a different system, so we've gotten to know him a lot better. We know a lot more now than we did then. But again, he's a talented player.
Bill, does it sort of show the, I don't know, for lack of a better word, the unpredictability of the league with Coleman? I mean, he was a first-round pick. He's been with 3 teams and now on the practice squad. Just you can't, as much as research as maybe you do on the draft, it's tough to predict who's going to, be a starter or who's going to be able to contribute right away.
Well, I think we all know the draft's a pretty unscientific process, so that's pretty well documented with every team in the league every year at every position. So, yeah, do the best you can, but it's certainly far from perfection in that process.
Bill, what have you seen from Kerryon Johnson, the Lions rookie?
He's done a good job for him. They used him in the passing game in preseason some. He's a good ball carrier. He's very athletic. He can catch the ball and makes good plays with the ball in his hands. He's good in space. He's a strong runner. With Riddick as really their passing game back, his opportunities have been have been somewhat limited in the regular season, but he showed he could do some of that at Auburn and also in preseason. So I think he's an all-around back that can really do multiple things. So far his role looks like it's a little bit more as an early down back as a runner with LeGarrette, but he also, I think, could be effective and has been effective in the passing game too. So, but it's hard when you have a guy like Riddick who's exceptional. So, but he's got good skills on all 3 downs. He's got good size and he's good runner. He's a good player.
Is Riddick proving to be more versatile than, or is his role mostly just passing downs?
Well, he can play on all downs, but I mean, he's very good on passing downs. He has obviously a lot of trust and high confidence level with him, the coaching staff, the quarterback, and things they ask him to do, and as there should be, because he's very good. He's very consistent at it. He's a hard guy to cover. He's good with the ball in his hands. Smart. Reads coverages. Runs good routes. He can carry the ball too. Sure.
Riddick and James White, pretty similar players.
I don't know about that. I'd say they have a similar role at times.
Tavon Wilson, I mean, when you watch the tape on him, is it pretty much similar to what you saw here, or is there things that have stood out to you that he's grown?
Yeah, I mean, Tavon he's done a good job for him. They play all three safeties. And again, there's only been 2 games here, so it's hard to tell exactly. That's going to change from game to game. That'll change from game to game based on the game plan and the matchups and so forth. But you know, Tavon's really done all the things that all 3 safeties do. Playing their big nickel, he plays strong safety, he plays free safety, he plays in the kicking game. So he's a versatile player for him. It's been the same things he did for us.
So you mentioned Detroit's defense doing a good job with just guys. How fundamental is that for their defense? And is this something more difficult for a group of players picking up a new system as they are?
Yeah, we have to talk to them about that. I don't know, I just know what we see, and I see you know, they give you looks and the same look, and they do multiple things off it. So sometimes it's hard to tell exactly what they're doing until after the ball's snapped, till it declares, and that just can create a little bit of hesitation for the offense or the execution of the play. They do a good job of that.
Bill, what makes Josh Jones effective against slot receivers, and what did you see from him after he also was a guy who missed a lot of time in summer?
Yeah, John, well, he's had a lot of experience in our system, so he was able to, I would say, get back to you know, his role in pretty good level fairly quickly once he was able to get back on the field and finish the rehab. So his role in defense, role in the kicking game has been solid for us. I mean, he's a tough, competitive kid. He's really does a good job for us. So it's good to have him out there.
No question? Bill, just Devon Kennard, he's had 3 sacks for them so far this year. They signed him from the Giants. What have you seen from him? Is he a player you really have to watch out for?
Yeah, he plays a role similar to some of the players that we've had here that were linebacker, defensive end types. So he's a pretty versatile guy for him. He has some coverage responsibilities. He can rush. He plays on the end of the line. Handles some of the, I would say, adjustable parts of the defense. So he's got some versatility for him, and that's a key guy. It's an important guy in the type of things that I think Matt's trying to do. So you don't know exactly where he's going to be. He's one of the guys that it looks the same, but then, you know, he's one of the guys that's doing something different and can do something different, whether it's rush, play man-to-man, play zone, play on the end of the line, drop off into coverage, and so forth. So he's done a good job for him, and as I said, in a multiple number of roles.
Just clarity, would you say he's more of a 4-3 outside back or a 3-4 outside tradition?
Well, yeah. He plays the role that he plays in their defense. That's what I can tell you, and it's usually on the line of scrimmage with multiple responsibilities based on the call and the adjustments that they need to make. So he does all those things. Okay, all right, thank you.